Hello everyone, finishing my snack. So I'm going to do something a little bit different today, guys, than I normally do. Today is not going to be a reaction video. So this video should be probably a little bit shorter than it normally is if I don't start babbling too much. This is about Reacher, a show I have enjoyed very much. I did watch seasons 1 and 2 off this channel because when those seasons were out, I still did not have a YouTube channel. This channel isn't even a year old at this point, at this moment in time when I'm recording. God knows when this edit is going to get out there, because I've been so busy. But the reason I'm not doing a reaction is because of a technical malfunction. So I was in the midst of switching up my microphones because as a brand new channel, I was having some issues with my audio. It wasn't up to par where I wanted it to be, and I know some of you were complaining that you couldn't hear me very well. So anyway, I upgraded microphones, and silly me, well, inexperienced me, really, I wasn't familiar with the input of the new microphones and didn't realize that I had an extra connection I didn't need, so the audio came out horrible. There was basically no audio of me talking. It was just a bunch of buzzing sound. The visuals were okay, but yeah, I can't post that reaction. But I do want to talk about the first episode of season 3 of Reacher called Persuader. So I've decided to just do a review of the first episode because I enjoyed the episode very much. I thought it was a great intro to the third season. So I want to go over some things. The next episode, by the way, which I've already reacted to, just got to make it to the edit of episode 2, will be a reaction. So if you are looking forward to seeing me react to the rest of the season, it will be up on this channel. Yeah, so I finally figured out my audio. I think it's better. I hope it's better. Yeah, these microphones seem to be working well, blocking out background noises and picking up my voice. So anyway, let's talk about episode 1 of season 3. I wanted to talk about the intro a little bit because I was really intrigued about it because it just looked like it seemed like he had just barged in naturally on this situation with this kid that was being kidnapped and that he was rescuing him. You know, regular Reacher coming into town, looks like he's selling off records and stuff. And it turns out this whole thing was planned between him and an FBI agent who were really looking for a girl who was an informant of hers, sorry, an informant of hers, and he ended up helping look for the girl by infiltrating the family of this kid. Yeah, that scene where the cop or the FBI agent that's under her is so crazy because he's like a newbie and she made him look like he was the one attacking Reacher and trying to kidnap the kid. So the way they set this up, it was really cool because you don't know what's going on. You don't know that he's in cahoots with this FBI agent. They kind of do like, a backwards time thing. And it just looks like he's all of a sudden there at the right place, the right time to help this kid. Yeah, I can't remember if that was, yeah, I can't remember if that was an actual cop he shot or that was just like a fake bullet and he made it look like he got shot. I think that's what it was because it was an excuse for the kid to say, "Hey, my dad can help you. I killed a cop with an illegal gun." Right. So it's the perfect scenario for the kid to say, "Hey, come, my father can help you. He's a rich man. He can help you get away." And it's perfect for him to get into the family and end up working for him. The guy's father, the kid's father, is Anthony Michael Hall. Yeah, and they set up this vehicle here that was in the parking lot. So easy for him to, like, switch vehicles and make it seem like he was breaking into someone else's vehicle. And this was the second time this kid had been kidnapped. The first time that he was kidnapped, they sent his ear, I believe, which is why he has that messed up ear. They sent his ear in a box to his father, so he's really terrified of that happening again, which is why he had a bodyguard, and one of the FBI agents, the younger guy, rammed into the bodyguard's car. And this is some stuff that happens, but that happens in episode 2, and you guys will see me react to that if you want. Right, and they arrive at the location. This guy from Amsterdam, I know the actor, he's like a really big dude that was, yeah, at the entrance is a security guard. So he's super tall. He's like 7 feet tall. So even Alan Richson has to look up at him, which is hilarious because he's like, what, 6'3", 6'4". So I was really pleased to see that Anthony Michael Hall is involved, and I'm seeing how he's scoping out the kitchen, how many people are there. And at that point in time, when he sees one of the guys that works there, like the head of security or whatever, he takes a plate out into the patio. That's when he realizes that there's a possibility that he's taking a plate to the girl that the FBI agent is looking for. And then they do this crazy test. His move was crazy. He just kept shooting at his head. Okay, well, here we are in the kid's room. He sees that the kid paints, and he paints what he sees. That's what he tells him, right? And he seems pretty lonely. Like, I can see that Anthony Michael Hall's character is concerned about his safety. That's why he's got him with a bodyguard, and he's worried that he's going to get kidnapped again. But it seems like he lives a very lonely life and a little bit detached from his father and everything that goes on. And he's just very isolated and clearly not happy. And I don't think he feels that, his father actually cares about him. It's more of a, appearance type thing. Here's the moment where he's about to do the test. Yeah, he does like a Russian roulette test to see if he's the real deal and he doesn't have any ulterior motive, and he follows instructions. Yeah, Zachary Beck, that's right. And he runs a company, a rug company, trying to figure out exactly what it is that he transports. And Reacher just keeps fucking shooting that gun. Beck is like, bro, stop. Okay, yeah, you proved your point. He takes him to his bedroom, and the first thing that Reacher does, of course, is to check if it's bugged or not, if he's being recorded, if anyone is listening. Yeah, and that's when he pulls that little fucking phone out of his shoe to speak to Duffy. This is the first meeting with Duffy, right? Where they make the agreement and they start helping each other. And of course, the first time they meet isn't such a good, they're not off to a good start because he doesn't like giving too much information about himself. He's untraceable, but then when they do look into his background, they see that he's Purple Heart, that he's got all these medals, and that he's no fucking joke, basically. What happens, every time somebody meets him and they look into his background? It was pretty much what happened in season 1 and 2. So yeah, they want to look into the owner of Bazaar, and it was the girl that was helping her, that was an informant that they're looking for. Turned out to be the best CI I ever had. She's so unassuming and so innocent, and she cares about her clearly. She sent her as a secretary Teresa, that's her name. So she ended up getting the secretary job with Beck, but she stopped calling. Yeah, she disappeared and stopped calling. So now she's worried about her because she sent her to do that job and her grandmother hasn't heard from her, right? And she showed him what the girl looks like, what Teresa looks like, and she's got those hoop earrings on, which are really important for the end of the episode. So, right, she introduces him to Zachary Beck's son. The heavier guy is the fake cop that gets shot. That's what it was. I didn't remember. And they set up like the fake shooting, right? He gets so like screwed up every time she tries blowing up the blood thing on him. And she just teases that poor guy so hard because he's like a rookie, I guess. So it's interesting. It's almost like a Quentin Tarantino type of storytelling, you know, how like things are not linear, like they put the future first and then they start showing you like how they got there. So that's pretty cool. It really gives you a different perspective in the beginning. You don't know what's going on until he actually meets the FBI agent. Yeah, and that little phone inside his shoe is genius. And he goes down and sees a bed, if I'm not mistaken, where she had clearly just been fed. Teresa had just been fed, and he realizes that her hoop earring is on the floor, so that's kind of proof that she's been there. She was just taken because the plate of food was kind of fresh. Yep, and that's where the episode ends. So yeah, guys, that was the introduction to his deal with Duffy and her team looking for Teresa. I believe that's the girl's name. They realize that she may have been onto something. Maybe, they caught her because why would you hold the secretary in the basement and feed her and have her basically cuffed to a bed? So the question is, and it wasn't clear to me by episode 2 yet. The question is she still alive? What did they find out? What did she find out that she got caught? Because, this whole facade of it being a rug company is clearly not it. He's clearly up to something else, and Duffy suspects that he's helping smuggle in drugs through the rugs somehow, or that's just a distraction from whatever it is he's actually doing. So anyway, Reacher is on it, and he's probably the best guy she could send in to look for this girl and to find out exactly what it is that Zachary Beck is up to and who he is working with. So anyway, guys, yeah, that was my quick scan of the episode. I did enjoy it. I thought, like I said, Anthony Michael Hall being included in it, the setup of the story and the relationship between him and Duffy um, was really cool. I do believe in the character Duffy and her caring about the girl. The way she explained that she becomes the best CI she ever had, and she was a young girl, so innocent, so sweet. She had been caught in something else, and all she does is take care of her grandmother. She needed the extra money, so she feels really bad that she sent her into a job that may get her killed. So I really believe that from her. Reacher's the best guy for that. He's all about, saving people, even though he doesn't say it and doesn't consider himself a hero. He's all about saving people in misfortune, weaker, vulnerable people that are being taken advantage of by, somebody with power. So, yeah, all in all, as an intro to season 3, even though there are some traits that are kind of repeated, how he introduces himself to a new team of people and how they do background checks on him. That's very familiar, and it's like a recurring thing from season 1 and 2. So that hasn't changed. But I do like the setup for you know, this whole rug company thing, and them looking for another person that's missing. So anyway, guys, I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to let you guys know that yes, I had reacted to the video, but as I said, the sound is really crappy in the video. I just wanted to let you know what I thought of this episode for continuity purposes. Yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. It does help my channel. And if you are interested in seeing me react to the rest of the season of Reacher, season 3 of Reacher, um, please don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get alerted when I upload the next videos. All right, everyone, take care.